What's good? What's good? We back. Boxing Clinic more. Y'all know what it is. Your boy CJ Goodfella. And I was watching the Mayweather Boxing Gym doing a prediction on the Mayweather Boxing channel for Jessie Vargas and Adrien Broner. I'll link that in the description so you can see what I'm talking about. And a lot of people was basing their pick based off of, oh, Broner's not serious. Oh, he's talented. He's inconsistent. That won't be the reason that Jessie Vargas wins, or Broner loses. It has nothing to do with, oh, he trains, oh, he's not focused, or Broner don't train hard, or he inconsistent, or this and that. That shit don't matter. That's one of the biggest folk tales in boxing. And we talked about the other day, and a lot of people we've seen our video on Broner and what needs to change with Broner. They know where I'm heading if you've seen that video. But it don't have nothing to do with Broner focus, man. When you inside that ring, to keep it real, dog, it's nothing but you and your opponent and the ref. Anything outside that ring, it don't matter. It really don't. Michael Jordan was drinking and hooping. And when he had the flu game, they said he was drunk. One shit wrong with him. He wasn't sick. When you go into your zone, into your job, or playing basketball, you playing football, you boxing, whatever, you tuned in. The shit outside the ring don't matter. And people need to stop using that as an excuse for Adrien Broner. Oh, I don't know what he doing. Oh, they say he training hard. Yeah, he said he trained hard for Mikey Garcia, and he did. He got down. They said he could have made 135. He weighed in at 138. That's not the issue. It's not the fact that he not training hard. He not training right. And that's the reason why Jessie Vargas is probably going to win this fight. And that's why I tell people, people say, well, some of the people in the YouTube, YTBC or the LDBC need to leave it to the professionals. Sometimes the professionals don't get it right. Just because you're a professional trainer or you're a coach or something don't mean you could be objective to a certain person. Because you have a rapport relationship with a lot of different fighters, and I'm pretty sure some of these guys cross paths, and they're able to sympathize with some of these fighters, because a lot of these guys have been fighters before, been in the boxing game for a long time, But like I said, you feel me? Like, that's not an excuse. That's not even factoring to, me picking any more Adrien Broner fights, because he was focused. He went back to Colorado Springs for Mikey Garcia. He still got dog walked. So his focus, how hard he training, it's not affecting, or what's going on outside the ring with Adrien Broner. It has no bearing on what's going on with the Jessie Vargas fight. Whatever fight he continues to march forward and do. He got a lady that's chasing him state to state trying to get money for a lawsuit that she did a sex tape with him, And, he got distractions all the time. He grew up around distractions in Cincinnati. That wasn't no Candyland type of neighborhood. Walking home, anything can happen in the street. Anything can happen. That, like I said, these dudes grow up in the lion's mouth. They grow up in the hood. They grow up with danger around them. And they still able to keep their vision, on their eyes on the prize. So that's not an excuse for Adrien Broner. The problem with Adrien Broner, and I see a lot of experts and a lot of boxers talk about it, and I guess they don't want to be honest or truthful. I don't know what it is, or maybe they don't see what I see. It's the fact that this dude is fighting the wrong style. That's the problem. That's the problem with Adrien Broner. They trying to mold this fool into something that he's not. He's not a boxer puncher. I keep saying that. Adrien Broner is at his best when he's walking people down and pressuring fighter. He's a pressure fighter that happens to have flashy hand speed, who just happen to have good hand speed and be a good athlete. He has the tools to be probably one of the greatest flamboyant pressure fighters of all time. Coming forward, he got a good jab, a good left hook. Only thing he don't have to be a great pressure fighter is the ability to cut the ring off and the footwork. And that's something that he can learn, because you don't have to have flashy footwork to be a great pressure fighter. You just got to have technique and fundamentals. And like I told people in another video, it's going to either be Abel Sanchez or Derrick James that can save his career. Two guys that know how to, work on footwork, that work on closing the distance, that can get Adrien Broner jabbing. And you notice he throws combinations when he's coming forward. He's putting those earmuffs on. He's an excellent body puncher. People just categorize him in wrongly. He's not a boxer puncher. And the trainer, that really can see that, and really build and mold him and put him into that attack and that seek and destroy walk down Adrien Broner, that's the issue. You got all these great boxing minds that train him, Barry Hunter, Mike Stafford, Kevin Cunningham, all these guys. And a one simple adjustment that they can make is making this dude change his style and making him come forward and seek and destroy. I mean, a fucking monkey can see that on TV, man. When Adrien Broner walks guys down, put his earmuffs on, and pressures the opponent, his punch output goes up, his accuracy rate is already good, and when his left hook is zinging, he's an excellent fighter. And you tell me who's another fighter that's just like that? You got Golovkin, Earl Spence, you got Chavez Sr., those guys who were able to walk guys down and use the left hook, beat the body down, and come upstairs and finish the job off. He's categorized wrong, and that's why Adrien Broner is not going to beat Jessie Vargas, because he's trying to mask, or he's trying to portray something that he's not. He's not Floyd Mayweather. He's not Terrence Crawford. He's not Danny Garcia. He's not, a George Groves. He's not a Badou Jack boxer puncher type of guy. This dude is a seek and destroy guy. This guy is what Triple G Abel Sanchez considered Mexican style. That's what best suits Adrien Broner. And if Adrien Broner realized that, and whoever handling Adrien Broner realized that, until they see that, Adrien Broner going to continue to get defeated by upper echelon competition. And yes, Jessie Vargas is a step up and clash with him. In my opinion, this is a big fight, and it's going to be probably another big fight that he's going to fall short in. Vargas is a good fighter. People still think of Vargas as the old Vargas at 140, and he's getting gift decisions versus Khabib and Josito Lopez. That's not that Vargas no more. This Vargas is a guy that's leading off of right hands. That's unconventional. Now he's just not a textbook 1-2 boxer. And in Saddam Ali fight, you've seen it. In the Pacquiao fight, he had his glimpses as well. In the Timothy Bradley fight, he landed a big right hand, I believe. He's a changed man, and he's really coming into his own. And I expect him to beat Adrien Broner unless some adjustment.